Hello guys, this is Person007. I'm coming to you again with another video, a late night video about Core till 8 now. Today I'm doing a video called Onision Speaks is part of his evil plan. Uh, Onision on his Twitter posted tweets about his Onision Speaks channel. Now whether he's doing it to get a rise out of people or he's doing it for more drama or just more attention, I don't know. But it got me thinking that what was he doing on this channel all of these years? What was he trying to convey on his Speaks channel? What kind of message is he trying to tell us through his own words? Me, I like to call Onision, aka James Jackson, or some people like to call him Greg, a narcissist. Is he out looking for narcissistic supply? Is he doing this for attention just because he's not getting too many views on his live streams? Is it because he's not getting as much audience as he used to on his videos? This is why I think he needs to be stopped. I'm not doing this because I'm a hater or whatever. I just think that due to the allegations that he is being accused of, whether true or false, he is an online troll. He disables his comments on his Twitter, where you can't reply to his tweets. And if you guys go on Onision or Onision Prime Twitter accounts, you could tell that his replies have been blocked, and only people that can reply are those that he follows. So, didn't he just contradict everything that he said, that he's not going to block hateful messages anymore? He's not going to limit people's public opinion, whether it's good or bad, or I should say positive or negative. You know, if you had an open mind, you would allow anybody to comment on your Twitter and or your YouTube channel as long as it wasn't wishing ill will, death, or disease on anybody. I don't see a problem with it. But blocking your comments or your tweet replies is not the way to go. Now, the reason why I think he's got his comments blocked on some of his YouTube videos and his Twitter accounts is because people are calling him groomer, predator, all kinds of sexual deviances against children. He's being called since the start of this Chris Hansen thing took off about this time last year. He's been very active on his Twitch. He's been very active on YouTube. Lately, he's been talking about the national conventions of the the presidential candidates. I think it was Trump and Biden that were going on. Talking about that, he talked about a video yesterday called "Get Over It." But yet, I don't think he's gotten over the fact that he's an online troll, that he has cyberbullied many people online that tried to criticize him. He tried to go against Repzion. He tried to go against Blair White. He tried to go against Repzilla, I think about a month ago. He tried to call Chris Hansen for not doing an interview when, in fact, Chris Hansen knew what Onision was up to, that he did not. He wanted the live stream to be public so Chris Hansen could be humiliated beyond belief, when in fact Chris Hansen has been doing this stuff for many years on national TV when it comes to Catch a Predator and of course his online shows on predators and David Vanity, and of course the one about the person I'm talking about now. I feel that Greg is, I mean, not Greg, but I mean, James is not going to change. I think he's still going to be the same old Onision as he's been 10 years ago or whatever. I do blame his family for the way he turned out. Whether his mother gave him too much attention and then took it away, I don't know what caused this so-called personality disorder in Onision, whatever it is, or James Jackson. Um, I feel that he's got screws loose up in his head. He's always had ever since he was even in high school, possibly. Um, I do believe he was bullied in high school. I really do, whether he denies it or not. I mean, a kid like Onision, anybody is going to pick on him regardless, since he was very critical of people who ate meat. Uh, he's very, very critical of criticism, which means you can't take criticism. You give out criticism, but yet you can't take criticism, and that's what he did. Um, Probably, possibly to his exes. He probably most likely mentally and verbally abused his exes. Now, sexually, I don't know. That's to be seen. But I think he is a manipulator. I do believe he is some type of an abuser. But as a sexual predator, I don't want to say that he's guilty of it because there's not really any case going on right now that I could see other than the stories that came out on Have a Seat and the supposed evidence that was supposed to be on a laptop computer that but never came to be, and two cell phones. And I'm really upset about that too, about the computer not being looked at and the two cell phones not being looked at. That was a dropping the ball of the case, and I blame Vincent Nicotra for that, and also Chris Hansen. I feel they let the alleged victims down by doing that, because that just gives Onision more or less a win on this allegation thing. He thinks he got away with it. He thinks he's not going to get caught. He thinks he's not going to be arrested. But that's not necessarily the case, because what it is we got COVID-19. There's not much going on right now because of this virus, but that does not mean that these allegations are not being looked into. And so, anyway, I think we all just let him do his everyday thing, let him live stream, let him spray all kinds of opinions about whatever he wants to talk about. People are going to archive everything he does anyway. I'm sure keeping track of everything he does. I'm watching all the videos he's putting out, even though he's getting views, but he's not getting much money if that's the case. Anyway, but that's not the point. I don't care if he makes money or not. I really don't, because from now until he's found guilty of a crime, he has a right to make money on YouTube. He's got a right to make money on OnlyFans or whatever it is. I'm not going to stop him from making money. I care less whether he gets monetary gain off of it. All he's doing, in my opinion, is he's trying to piss people off. He's trying to piss people off somewhere or the other, whether you see it or not. If you don't see it, that's probably a good thing. But if you do see it, then the best thing I could tell you to do is turn the other way and leave and don't watch whatever he has to say. But um, but again, on the last video, I talked about my thoughts about the Onision story documentary. Again, I don't know much about that. I know I said that I thought it was slanderous because he was not uh, indicted, charged, or even convicted of a crime as of yet. That doesn't mean that there won't be a possibility of him being indicted and or convicted of a crime in the near future. But I hope we hear an update from the Onision investigation here before the end of the year. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're doing something about at least all the trolling that he's done for the last couple of years online. At least if he can't, I think somebody should have done something about all of his online trolling. Uh, um, Calling out people for being critical of him, and but I think this channel is used to manipulate people, get people to feel sorry for him. This channel, I think back in the early days, I'd say 2010, 2011, 2012, was to appeal to a younger audience, to get people, again, to feel sorry for him, because he would act all depressed, pretend that he's having a hard time, and then uh, I don't know how to say it, but this channel, I think, in a way, back in the day, was used to lure, to possibly groom people back in the day. Um, I think, and the and I think he uses this channel, I think, to spread his hatred of people. He does not like people, and I think he's the cause of people not liking him. He is the cause of all of his undoing, because he is the YouTube villain, just like Shane Dawson is now a YouTube villain. When you become a villain and you make money off of it, you're going to have all kinds of hate. And I just don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say to Onision about this. All I can say is, Onision, you made your own bed. Now you're going to have to lie in it. You're going to have to understand people are never going to think about you the same. And you claim that your family wants nothing to do with you. I wonder why. Because of all the trees in your mind, you run around in circles saying the same stuff over and over and over, like you keep saying the same stuff about Shiloh getting pregnant with another man's baby over and over and over. I'm getting damn tired of that. Get damn tired of him trying to say crap about Shiloh, Billy, and Sarah all the time. He's already proved his point. I think it's time to move on. So if he can't get over anything, is that he can't get over that these three women have came against him with allegations of some form of abuse, which is from Shiloh, Sarah, and Billy. As I stated, them three stayed at his house. Them three are probably the only ones that know what goes on behind the closed doors. And anybody else that he was in contact with, Billy the Fridge, that was just a collaboration and whatever. But we really need to be looking at the people that were with Onision, not those who talk to him on live stream. That includes Blur White, that includes Jacqueline Glenn. You have to really be at the house to know what went down, in my opinion. I do think James Jackson, Onision, Gregory, whatever you want to call him, he is mentally unstable. He's the one that's got a personality problem, in my opinion. He's got some form of personality disorder, whether it's borderline personality, whether it's narcissism, or whether it's depression, whatever it is. He does have something wrong with him, but I don't think that should excuse of all the wrongs that he has done on this internet for the last, I'm going to say, 5-10 years of trying to block people from having their opinions heard, or if somebody makes a response video to Onision strikes it down for copyright because they use a clip of him in it, because they try to prove a point of what he was talking about and what they don't agree with, and for him to make money off of the video that he potentially could have false flagged on Repsion many times, possibly other commentators. So And I know my last channel they created, which I had since took down, I think I put, I don't know where, I think it was Benny Fox, I think it was. And I made a video again against Onision making AdSense revenue doing these allegations. He flagged me for harassment and bullying, even though I did not call him a single derogatory name. I didn't wish any death, any ill will on him. And he still strikes video down as offensive because it goes against him in forms of bullying and harassment. All I said on that video was, I don't think somebody that is under an investigation of a sex crime that's got multiple allegations against him should be able to make money until the pending outcome of the investigation, which now seems to be dragging on and dragging on and dragging on. So because of that, that channel ended up getting shadow banned. So I took it down, and now I'm back on this main channel again. And I've since made another channel called Calm Warrior with a Punch 007, but I have not posted anything on that other than an intro video and another video somewhat like this, and nobody has gone to it. So I just kind of got that channel sitting there in case this thing gets taken down for whatever reason. But I think Onision Speaks channel is part of his so-called plan to draw narcissistic supply from people. He's doing it for the attention. He's doing it for the views. He's doing it for the money. Yeah, he may have fundraisers going for charity, you know, just to put on a facade of, oh, I'm a good person. I'm not that evil YouTube villain that people are claiming that I am. Like, I don't have allegations of various forms of abuse against me. You know, that's what he's doing. He's doing one for uh, feeding the poor, and he's got another one called another charity he's doing on another channel. It's called Up in Her Arms or something to do about domestic violence victims or something. But yeah, the fundraisers that you guys see on his channel is just to make, he wants you to believe that he cares for other people, but the way he's acted online for these last 5-10 years does not show that. All he's doing is trying to, I guess what do you want to say, trying to love bomb his viewers into thinking, oh, wow, he's not this bad person that people are saying he is. He's donating money to charity, you know, but in return, he's disabling comments on certain videos. He's blocking his replies on Twitter unless he follows you. He's blocking criticism that anybody has to throw at him because of something that you don't agree with what he says. He blocks our freedom of speech. And some people can get carried away with it. I understand some people can be very hateful and call him groomer and all this stuff when he has not actually been convicted of a sex crime. I can understand that. You know, people calling him pedophile and whatever, but just to call him out on what he has to say should not bar you from making a comment or making a response to him, you know, as a form of criticism or some type of education along with it. Like Shane Dawson, he's gotten away with a lot of stuff, made money on it, and now he's paying for it somehow. And I'm going to be honest with you too. If he does not get indicted, convicted, or found guilty, he doesn't go to prison, whatever, or he doesn't have to pay any fines, Onision Speaks is never going to be the same again. He's never going to trust people again. He does not ever want to talk to people again, which he says he wants more or less to be alone, but yet he's on a Discord server talking with other people in the chat room, which I don't understand. If you don't like people, why do you want to communicate with somebody on Discord? when you're playing a game or talking to a whole bunch of group of people on a Discord server if you do not like people, or you don't want to be bothered with anybody because you've had too many bad experiences. Um, it just don't make any sense. Like he's doing like a double standard. He's saying he doesn't like people, but then in return, you go watch his live streams and you see he still got his Discord and people talk to him on Discord and stuff. So he's still talking to people online. You know, he may have Kai and all this other stuff, but he and his two kids, but I just don't know. Um, I I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's just doing all this for attention. I think he is, but I really don't know. I don't know if he's just trying to put himself up on here, just continue to be relevant again, and he's trolling people. And you know, I'm going to encourage you guys to watch Onision's latest video. Let me see if I can go on here and find it here. Uh, hang on. Hang on. Okay. I forgot this computer ain't going to let me do that. So go on Onision Speaks and click on the video that says "Get Over It" if he still has it up there. Um, watch it, and then you'll see what I'm saying. He's trying to tell us to get over ourselves on what has happened to him. Um, he's trying to tell us to stop hating on him, apparently, even though I'm not hating on him. I've done that months ago, but I've been suspended from Twitter twice. It just ain't worth me losing access to my Twitter account over Onision. It ain't worth it to me. Because he's still going to be the same person. He's still going to say the same old stuff over and over and over, whether he shows his receipts or not. It's I just all I can say is we'll see what happens with the so-called Onision story documentary, or if there is an investigation, if there is any updates to it, then we'll find out. Until then, Greg Onision James Jackson is a free man just like the rest of us, and he's allowed to continuously post on this platform and on Twitter, and he's able to live stream on Twitch or whatever it is, and we just need to let him do what he's doing. And if you want to watch him, you can watch him. You don't. It's entirely up to the viewer of what they think about this guy, and if they agree on watching his videos or not. And Onision or Greg knows this stuff, that there's a lot of people out there that are not going to be giving him views. He knows that. And he knows people want to leave him all kinds of comments, whether it be death threats, uh, talks of suicide, or talks of harm, whatever it is. He knows there's people out there that want to come and get him, and do something very stupid with him, And there's probably NTOs out there that want to mainly end their own lives by trying to ruin his, and I believe there would be a homicidal person that would go to Onision's house and try to off this guy. I know there's one NTO out there that that probably has that mindset, and Greg knows it. That's why he has to have cameras all around his house, all around his property, all the way down the end of the street. He knows that there are probably people after him, and that's probably why he stays in the house. He doesn't probably leave. And in a way, I don't blame him. If I was an online villain and I did all kinds of crap, I wouldn't want to leave the house neither. I'd be afraid of my life too, especially being accused of abusing multiple young women at the time. So I just this is just a bad situation for him, and I think it's a bad situation for all of us that become involved with this Onision thing. That we wrap our heads around it. We watch his videos. We try to figure out, is he faking these meltdowns? And then we find out he is faking these meltdowns. And why did he do the meltdowns in the first place? And then we hear from him himself saying he just did it for the views and monies, and he gave in to sadistic desires of certain people that wanted to see him suffer. And at the end of the day, if anything were to happen to Onision, I think you would feel horrible. You'd feel like you shouldn't have gave in to your desires of wanting to see him suffer, and maybe you'll feel kind of responsible for the outcome. It's not a good thing to wish anything on anybody unless you want it to happen to yourself. So keep that in mind. There's karma, and I believe you wish anything bad on anybody else, it may happen to you. So, but we'll just go from there. So, okay, I think I'm going to hang up now, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I will talk to you very soon. You have a good weekend, and goodbye.